Hey folks, this is Billy DKY, the truth seeker who simplifies and demystifies. This is going to be the first episode in the weekly series of taking on the New World Order Paranoia. And I'm going to put a new episode out every Friday. Okay, this is going to be a weekly series where I address the paranoia of the New World Order movement. I've already been down the road of paranoia with Alex Jones, and I've freed myself from that paranoia. Now I'm going to share with you what I've learned, so hopefully you can free your mind from it too. It ain't going to be an easy journey. You've been down the road a long ways. This isn't meant to piss you off. It's meant to set you free and to educate you on how the world really works. Don't mistake my simplicity for stupidity. The paranoia has gotten out of hand and is going to get people hurt and or killed. It's not good for our nation or the world. It has come time to confront the lies and have truth of the New World Order movement. Plus, I want people to come together through understanding, not wars. Well, at least as much as possible not through wars, but, you know, it's hard. There's still going to be wars. I ain't preaching utopia at all. Okay. This is the single most important fact of this whole series that you're ever going to hear. You may not realize it because it sounds so simple, but maybe over time you'll realize that all of life boils down to growth. It's all about growing. What is your tree outside doing? It's growing. What is the grass doing? Growing. What have you been doing ever since you were conceived? From the moment your mom and dad had sex and you were conceived, what have you been doing? Growing. What is sex about? It's about growth. It's about having new kids. What is school about? What did you do in school? You were learning. You were growing your mind. You were going into your experiences and blah, blah, blah. What is learning about? It's about growing the mind. Why are you watching Alex Jones? To grow your mind. Why are you watching this video? Hopefully you're going to grow some. What is human evolution about? It's about growth. What have we been doing? I mean, we've been growing ever since from the Big Bang forward. Even before we were humans. There's just the energy flowing. What is evolution about? And again, it's just about growth. That's all it is. What has science been doing over the millenniums? Think about where we are now in science, and then think about where it was 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 years ago. I mean, it's just been baby stepping to where we're at now. It's about growth. What have societies been doing over the millenniums? They've been growing, and this is where people get confused because they don't understand the growth cycle, which I'll talk more about later. Basically, you see societies expanding, contracting, collapsing, rebirth. That's all a growth process. Don't get caught up in one phase of it, of the collapsing, and think, all is gloom and doom, gloom and doom. No, it's part of a growth cycle. See the bigger picture, not the one aspect of it. Okay, do you see the pattern? It's everywhere if you just look. Do you see that this isn't just an idle claim by somebody, just put blinders on, put rose-colored glasses, it's all rosy from here. I ain't saying that. Never lose sight of the fact that all of life boils down to growth. The moment you lose sight of that fact, you get lost in the details and paranoia may set in. Okay. This world isn't trying to kill you. It's trying to grow you and everything around you. What will get you killed is not growing or getting caught up in a stagnant state of mind. Because you get in the way of growth, yeah, you may perish. And, accidents do happen. This ain't a hard science where, it has to be this way. This is sort of, generally speaking, how the universe works. The universe's plan is to grow everything in a sustainable way. Basically, life tries everything and keeps what works. Am I saying put on blinders? Absolutely not. I'm not saying put on blinders. In fact, what I'm telling you to do is take all your blinders off, including the ones Alex Jones and the like are putting on you. Free yourself from all the delusions. I ain't in this to just... It's to free yourself from every delusion of your mind and society that puts on you. If people can't question Alex Jones, then you're probably a cult follower of him. You're following him like he's Messiah or something. Alex Jones has only halfway freed you from your ignorance. Half knowledge is worse than ignorance. If you're going to get into the truth, go the full distance. Don't go halfway. You know what I'm saying? Go the full distance in freeing yourself. How about rose-colored glasses? No, again, I ain't talking about rose-colored glasses. I ain't simple because I'm stupid. Simple because I'm smart. I've already worked through all the details. You should act. Let's see. Oh, you should act like you would in the forest. Be calm, but be prepared. Or probably better say, be prepared and calm. Yeah, if you go in a forest and walk around, yeah, you might get attacked by a wild animal. But if you're prepared, the odds of that are pretty low. And if it does happen, nothing's going to happen to you. It's probably going to happen to the wild animal. There will always be times when it's more dangerous than others, like Nazi Germany. And that's why I say take all the blinders off. You need to be paying attention to what's going on around you to see what's really happening. Do I really need to take action now? Do I really need to be storing up foods and this and that? You know, pay attention to what's going on. Don't get caught up in your own mind. Again, if you're paranoid, it doesn't make you more insightful. It makes you less insightful. It makes you more prepared to get exploited. A calm, clear, peaceful mind's a mind and say, you know what, something's not right here. Ease your paranoia. Pay attention. If you're caught up in emotions, then you ain't figured it out. You're not in the right state of mind to determine what's really going on. How does growing work? Which I touched on this previously. Expansions, contractions, collapse, and then rebirth. That's how it really works. Look at a tree. Look at it through a tree's life cycle. It grows, and in the spring and the summer it expands, and in the fall and the winter it contracts, and then eventually it collapses, and then the seeds are being dropped off all the time. A new tree comes back up. That's the way it really works. You people want constant, steady 2% or 3% growth out through forever, and that ain't the way it works. That ain't how the growth cycle works. Look at a forest. It gets all flush and blah, 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 and then a fire comes in, kills a big spot out, and then new growth comes up. That's how it works. Look at societies, which I talked on previously. Same with human evolution. There was supposedly a time when it bottlenecked, and that's part of the growing cycle. Things happen. This one may be hard for you to understand. We will talk more about it next week on the good-evil paradigm. Evil prods good along. Good stays stagnant. Evil has to prod along. You go sit in the woods, guess what's going to happen? You sit there and meditate. Say, oh, I want to be a Buddha. I'm just going to sit here in the woods. Guess what's going to happen? Ticks going to be biting you. Bugs. Ants going to be picking at you. They'll move you along. Mosquitoes will get you moving again. Like I say, we'll talk more about the good-evil paradigm next Friday, which that's really where Alex is stuck at. 9/11. The important question is 9/11 an inside job, but why 9/11 happened? I don't have no problem with it being an inside job. Again, we'll talk more about that next Friday. If you would like to know more about following the way of growth, click the first link in the information section of this video. If you would like to see my other thoughts on conspiracy theories, click the playlist that just popped up. Next Friday, we will be talking about the good-evil paradigm. And again, folks, I'm not trying to piss you off. Now, if you get on the comments and you start acting ignorant, saying all kinds of stupid stuff like I don't understand what's going on, and somehow my truth seeking just ain't that good, and I'm just some dumb old boy from the sticks who don't get it, I may be a little hard on you in the comments. I mean, you bring it on yourself. If you're not going to be open-minded and listen, at least hear what I have to say, then you've got some serious issues if you got your closed-mindedness. And if you there's a good video in my favorites in there about if one person has a different opinion than everybody else, that person needs to be listened to more than anybody else because they probably thought the hardest about it. I can't remember what the name of it is right now, but if you go look at it, it's something about free speech, which was passed on to me by somebody else. So again, I'm not trying to piss you off. I'm trying to help you free yourself from what I was caught up in too, the paranoia, getting scared, the anger, all the emotions. Good luck. Again, it's going to be a weekly series where I address those things, so hopefully you can start finding your way out. It ain't going to happen overnight. You ain't going to believe me right off the bat. Until next Friday, later, folks.